All right, hello guys, here we are, hole 2. We're going to set up for a little bit more length on this one. I don't know if we're going to get a tailwind or not, but if we get one, we could potentially knock it down to the second fairway. I'm assuming that we'll probably do that just to make it a little bit more fair for most of the guys that come through here. Some looks like, you know, it's somewhat of a tailwind, but not a very strong one. But it still does have some of that tailwind aspect to it, which will help get the ball, potentially to that second fairway, or at least if you lay up into this first one, make it'll be reachable no matter what, since it is, a slight tailwind here. So a couple things we can do here. Here you can see my opponent's going to go full power and try to bomb it down to that second part here. I'm assuming with extra mile 8 that should be relatively simple. If I want to do it, I probably have to get 2 bounces on this side. So what I'll usually try to do is kind of set my power according to that. So I probably am going to try it. I can't think of any reason to specifically lay up here. As you can see, it really won't require too much power. 3 rings is max, and we're at about 1, so we're at around a third or so. And I'll play usually maybe about 2 rings in this situation. So I'm only going to need like about a third of power. So that's basically what I'm going to set up to do here. I did hit a great ball. It should block it a little bit. Let's see how this runs out. 1, 2, 3, and it still runs out into the lower fairway, as you can see. So very little power to get it down here. So because of that, I would probably lean towards, taking the risk. Extra mile 6 or 7. Definitely you'll be able to get it down there. 5, you might just require just a little bit more power, which means you just got to be a little bit careful with your precision. Make sure that you bring your longest rough iron. So I would recommend like Razor or Nirvana. If you've unlocked Nirvana at a 1, it's usually pretty solid, especially for tournament holes. You should, for the most part, stay out of that sand, and it's very, very challenging to hit that sand. So I would imagine, it's pretty much not going to happen. But you do have to really control the distance, and you'll have to, set that up and just be very careful to set your power to make sure that you can actually get those bounces and do it kind of similar to what you saw me do. So here we are. We are going to be at sniper range. So let me go ahead. I'll put that on. Power 3, of course. We're down towards min club a bit. So right around here. 5.0 rings. And maybe 3 on the backspin, I'm thinking. Just a little bit of offset here. So if you don't have sniper, that's okay. You only need about 3 on the backspin, so that's probably about a sniper 5. You can do the exact same landing zone and spin and just kind of, visualize the ball guide. But being able to see my sniper, even if you don't have one, it should make it a little bit easier for you to visualize the shot. Because basically just consider your Viper or whatever, essentially the exact same club. It rolls out the identical, so you'll just have to copy and memorize spin numbers and landing zones. So I'm not going to bother going any farther here. I'm just going to go ahead and back out. I'm not qualifying, so No reason to eagle there. Good luck with that second hole. Hopefully you can do some kind of variant. If you have Viper or whatever, you just got to make sure that you have about 3 bars of backspin, 33 backspin, give or take. And, instead of 1 per ring, which is kind of similar to what I was doing, it would be a lot closer to maybe 2 per ring. It would be a nice estimation as to how to play it. But here you can see, even with a Hammerhead 2, for instance, if you have that unlocked, it meets that minimum requirement, that 3 backspin that I was mentioning, 31. That's kind of going to be the minimum that you can get away with. So good luck there, guys, and catch you guys on 3 coming up.